Good night, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome to BZ Got Game. I am Marshall Nunes, and I'm here with my brother Jared Bowden. Yes. Jared, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm just happy to be here and have an opportunity to, big up Ahmadiyya Basketball League and the good work they've been doing.
And that's why we're here. We're here to showcase the Belizean basketball talent and talk about the success and the growth of the Ahmadiyya Basketball League in Belize and the many great things that it has done for us, all right? So we know that there are over 49 teams in total from all over the country, over 600 plus players. Well, this year there are 4 categories. The under 18, under 22, under 15, under 18, under 22,
and the open
category. A whole lot of desk officials are training, some practicing and training referees, some statisticians, commentary and broadcasting. Look at us in front of the camera, Jared.
Yes.
So I think the most important thing though is the benefit that we have seen the youth getting from this league. The number of young men and children who are preparing themselves, going to practice, showing dedication and all of that.
Yes, Marshall. I think
that's the greatest thing.
Think
and so
the league provides a great stage for players to show off their talent, but more than that, it's an avenue for players to let off maybe some of the steam,
It's an escape to get away from some of the pressures of life.
That is it, Marshall. Exactly.
You're also expounding and showing your talent. This is all about Belizean talent, and we have a lot of Belizean talent too.
Marshall, this is the 7th season of Ahmadiyya, of the Ahmadiyya Basketball League. So there has been 7 seasons of exciting basketball action, and last weekend was no different. This Sunday, it was jam-packed with 16 games, I believe, 16 games that were all exciting games to watch, Marshall.
It's great that you say that, Jared, because when you said that just now, I could think about season 1, when some teams were even dropping out of the league, and now we have teams fighting to get in the league. So that goes to show the growth of
the league has come a long way. The league has come a long way, Marshall. Well, speaking of those exciting games, we can now move to our first segment, which is the highlights from those games.
Very exciting matches.
Let's move to
a total of 16 games are playing every Sunday.
Wow.
So if you have the time, it's a nice family event to come out to the Mexico Sports Center and enjoy a total of 16 games in one day. That itself is exciting.
Yes.
Let's see the highlights then,
Run
Jared.
The highlights of Game 1.
Get in there.
As shown on the stat sheet, you guys dominated on the boards. What was the game plan for that?
Well, not really a game plan, but we use we height and we jumping ability to get over the rest of players and grab the board.
At the end of the game, you guys were able to extend the lead. What was most effective in doing that?
I feel like the guards help we a lot, take the pressure off of we. Then we just get the ball, score.
What impact do you think the Ahmadiyya Basketball League is having on the youth today?
I say a big impact. A lot of people I personally know who would be doing other stuff in the streets are here playing ball on the Sunday. During the week they are prepping for this Sunday, and I see a big drastic change in the environment since the league has started.
Yes, Marshall.
That was the Falcons. They are some runners. They like to be running on the floor, and a guards game. They like to play that guards game, the Falcons.
But like the player of the game said, he said that they relied on their athletic ability to jump, and there is no shortage of athletes in this tournament. I've noticed a lot of high flyers, as you would call them.
Definitely,
so, moving on to the game highlights of game number 2.
All right, so great game, great victory. Right at the end, it got real close. So what's going through your mind when all the tempers are flaring?
Well,
I had to watch the time, so I had to try to hold the ball and thing. Nobody work out, so that's, yeah. Yeah, back.
How did it feel to win such a close game?
Well, it feel good. It start for second quarter when my teammate scored a big three for tie the game. I mean, if we take the lead, then from there, so we just start a new formation for the quarter. Just do we thing.
How do you feel about your performance overall?
That was my worst game.
So what are we supposed to expect for next week?
Yeah, see, I need more points and discipline.
That's Trayvon Campbell from the Los Lagos squad, Jared.
Yes, Los Lagos.
They won 33. They got a 3-point win on Sunday.
Yeah, 33-30. And with that win, I think the Los Lagos defenders established themselves as a powerhouse in the U15 division. Trayvon Campbell. Over Hard Rock. Hard Rock is an elite team, and they are a physical team, but Trayvon Campbell, he has shown his talent as a playmaker, a passer, and as a defender, where I think he's a bit underrated and underappreciated.
We credit the guys out at Los Lagos with that one. Let's move to game number 3.
I just always work out, stay in a shape, stay prepared. Because you never know when a tournament can happen. Ahmadiyya just score right there.
How do you feel to be the player of the game?
Well, I feel great, but I just try keep the stats going and share it, share the points, not always one man show, the whole team have to work. So the player of the game not really matter.
The Hard Rock boys, this was probably one of the most exciting games last Sunday. Puppy squad blew away Kaya Dream Chasers.
Marshall,
they left Dream Chasers chasing dreams, Jared.
Marshall, I am shocked. I have to say I'm shocked. I held the Dream Chasers in high esteem. I thought they were a powerhouse in the U18 division themselves, but Hard Rock, and credit to Puppy for coaching his team and keeping them focused, not intimidated by the size of the Dream Chasers.
The defenders should be credited for their name because that is what is winning their game for them.
Yes, the full court trap. Yes. That's a formidable defense, and right. I haven't seen a team that has been able to really beat the trap consistently.
So credit to Puppy and the defenders.
Yeah,
Let's move to game highlights for game number 5.
So at the ending of the game, how did you feel?
Well, I just tell my team to push it, and because we come from a small country, PG, so I have to try to push it. Because we come the last time, I beat you 2 times, so I have to try get back some.
So how you feel getting the first win?
Wow, I feel good. Happy, man.
And what about your preparations for ABN?
Why? Nice, something nice. What? Tennis, not so good, but I perform.
And you have a highlights in the game whereby you did a Euro step and the crowd went off. How did you feel about that Euro step?
I feel happy, man. I feel happy, bro. I feel like an NBA player.
Akil Flores out of PG says he feel like he comes from a small country out of PG. Great job, Mr. Flores.
Yeah, Marshall, I think the adrenaline got to him. You know, when you come off that win, sometimes you don't know what you're saying. And that was their first win, so I know it was even sweeter for him, Marshall.
Yeah, that was a great game too.
So, moving on to game number 6. Can we get the highlights for that one now?
And that was the Orange Rock Rebels and All-Star Ballers. And the Orange Walk Rebels won that one 46-33. Jared.
Yeah, great contribution by Jamar Ihinio and Myron Bethancourt. Both of them scored 10 points, and it seems like it was an all-around team effort to get that win over the All-Star Ballers.
They were the top men for the game, right?
Yes, sir. They were the top scorers for that game.
With 10 points each. All right.
Moving on.
So let's get the highlights for game number 6.
How do you feel about your performance today in that big win?
Good. Feel good. We work hard for that to win.
All right. How did you and your team prepare for this tournament?
Practice.
How much times a week do you guys practice?
2 times a week.
2 times a week. All right. Well, congrats on that big win.
Yes. Future Shaqtin getting a big win with quite a large lead. Quite a large distance.
Doubling the efforts of the Ladyville squad. They scored 28 and Future Shaq had 60 points.
Wow, more than double. I think it should be noted that Kyle Castillo controlled the offensive glass in that game, which I think gave a big boost. And that was not all he did. He was also running some point forward, you could say, for Future Shaq.
Future Shaq is shocking up the league, Jared.
Yes.
All right, so let's get the highlights for game number 7 now then.
About your performance from today's game? How many points do you think you had? Yeah, I think about more like 20. Great performance. How do you prepare for something like this? When you look at like next week, what do you feel like the results will be? It depends on the team. If it's a hard team, I have to work for it.
That one was the Defenders and the Orange Court Generals. The top man in that game was Michael Goff, had 16 points, and James Saunders, who had 10 points of his own.
Michael Goff is killing them on the glass, and on offense, he's been running in transition and getting to that left hand. He's a left-hand bandit. He loves that left hand, and he's been able to finish consistently with it. Xylon Belgrove also put up 17 points, but it wasn't a losing effort.
I could remember seeing some comments on the live. The people out of Orange Walk are saying, show the Orange Walk game, show the Orange Walk game. So definitely want to say credit to the Orange Walk people supporting their guys, you know.
Yeah.
Let's get the highlights for the other game. That's game 9.
does it feel to be the player of the game?
In no way, I work hard for this. Fight a fight. We need to win that game there.
And how do you prepare for the ABL?
Just work hard, train hard. Staying at the gym. Prepare for the next game. That one game, that nothing.
Thank you.
Joshua Westby did a great job, but he's not my man of the game. My man of the game was J.R. Flex, who fouled out, you know, sacrificing himself for his squad.
Yeah.
So that was one of the better games last Sunday as well, Jared.
Yeah. Westby, he put up a great offensive showcase, putting up 17 points, but also I think what should be noted was the contribution of Jaheim Gallego, who hit some big trees down the stretch.
And it was a very close game.
Yes, a close game. And
until the fourth quarter when Boom Ballers turned things around to get the W.
Yeah, and Gallego, he showed some heart and some confidence to pull up from deep in the clutch. That's the main part. It was in the clutch.
Big shots. Credit to Gallego in a valiant effort in the loss.
No, he won.
Oh, they won?
Yeah.
Yes, all right, good. So let's get the highlights for game number 10.
How does it feel to be the player of the game?
Well, you know, feel no way. No, we just come out here to win. That's what we do.
All right, then how your player got in here impact the team?
Well, you know, he's one of our star player, and you know, it hurt for a young kid like he. You know, with a lot of potential to get injured, but yeah, come back. And when he come back stronger.
All right, then. I think we're gonna win this thing.
Yeah, we know we are winning this. You know.
All right, then. Bless up.
Now, Falcons there getting a decisive victory over the PG team, and like the player of the game, Wilburn said, Jason Orozco, unfortunately, even though he was still the top scorer, unfortunately he got a tragic injury, but you know, prayers for him to return. It's always sad to see a young promising player like that get injured, but we know he will return, and he'll return stronger, Marshall.
Well, I first want to credit the team from PG. I know that they had 2 games on Sunday.
Yeah.
And they lost 2 of them, but
They won their other one, yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, they won. They won one and lost one. So we want to encourage them to. We know it's a long travel for them, coming all the way from PG, but we are here to give them some encouragement. So
hold the faith.
Yes, and then the injury. We know that the commissioner later on will have some updates about the injury and talk about that. So let's move on to the highlights for game number 11 now.
How is it to be the player of the game?
It feels good, but most important thing was the double, so that was even better.
Yeah, and how did you prepare yourself to come to Belize and play?
Well, I just put in the work with my team and just mentally prepare for the games that we are scheduled for. Today we have 2 games, so you got to better prepare yourself, you know.
Okay, good luck with the rest of the season.
All right, well, we know that the Rebels ran away with the win in that one against the Big Dream Ballers, Jared. It was 46-40. Orange Rock Rebels.
Yeah.
Who was the top scorer for that game, Jared?
That was Clinton Shaw, and Shaw
Shaw had a total of 12 points.
Yeah, 12 points.
And he was followed by Hakan Godoy, who had 9 points. And they were the main man for the Rebels.
Yeah, Shaw is one of the better shooters in the league. I think he's made his bread and butter in the mid-range and from 3-point territory.
That was one of the more exciting games in the under-22 category last Sunday. We know that there were a bit more under-22 games this Sunday. Sometimes it's more open, sometimes it's more under-15. But let's go to the highlights for game number 12.
Here with who? It was a whole win, a brand new win. We got close so many times, man. I didn't even get a call. As you can see, it was a high, great Grammy game. Yeah, second win after a bad first goal. It's humbling now. My teammates ready. The first time when I see the last game, I didn't deserve this playoff game, to be honest. People are feeling like a call to Brandon or anybody else. I'm just thankful that I know I got it.
Also, the chemistry build.
Yeah, it's building. I know we argue and stuff like that on our bench, but so far we know how to play with each other. We're finding it as we play.
So that's Justin Butch there with Mr. James. And we know that the Kings Park Raiders were able to clinch a victory because 501 Gators had the games in their hand for most of the game. And right at the end, the Raiders were able to turn things around and get the 4-point win. Glenn Ford Bermudez was the main man for Kings Park with 9 points. And for the Gators, Corey Garbott had 8 points in a loss.
Yeah, Kings Park, that's their second win in a row after being run off the court by the Young Legends in their first game. They've bounced back to win 2 in a row, and I think they're looking to keep this momentum going.
All right, so credit to the Raiders. And then now we'll get the game recap for game number 13.
Randy, play for the Dynamos. Tell us what really happened out there with this game today.
Well, down the stretch, for me personally, I believe the game was too close. And that was a lot of mistake on our part. Because from the beginning, from we spoke out the game, the plan was to see how they may have come out and then we just now make the adjustment. We made the adjustment, but then after a little while, I believe we get too comfortable and it almost cost for the game, but we rallied together as a team and we managed to pull off this one by a couple of points, but win by 1, lose by 1, a win is a win.
All right, Randy, how has you been hurt? This is your second game in promotion. Tell us a little bit about the league, how you think what the league is doing and what impact it has on the youths.
Well, so far from what I say, I love it and all the organizers. I have to give them the respect because I mean enough guys out there last season we played at CR program in 2019 got enough away out and they never get to play the elite. He was cut short. I see a lot of elite players, a lot of big players, division national team players out there. So it's really good and I mean all of it miss the sport. We miss the sport and you consider from 15, 18, 20 seniors, the amount of team with the out here. I mean a really beautiful thing and everybody enjoy themselves, so hopefully that's something we can continue to enjoy and respect what they happen and give, like I said, give all the organizers their props and their respect because it's due.
Ahmadiyya making a difference in basketball for the youths in Belize countrywide. Do you believe that?
Definitely. And besides, nothing else not to go on. This is not the first time the guys that host this tournament. This is the first time I participate, and I don't have no doubts, no regrets. I really did enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Randy.
All right, no problem.
All right, so that was Randy Usher and Mayor and Coach Mad Bull Shepherd, who tried to trick me and say that he's the brother of the Mayor, Jared.
Yes.
But the Dyna Pros, they are a team they are out of Orange Walk, so we know that they have Randy Usher and Roger.
Yeah, Roger
Roger had a tough game on Sunday, but
yeah,
we
unfortunately,
expect to see him bounce back.
yeah, he was making an impact as more of a facilitator, but he's made his name as a scorer, and I was looking to see him, put that scoring ability on show. But as you said, we're looking to see him bounce back next week and maybe
Definitely.
give us a bigger contribution in terms of points.
The Dyna Pros won that 136-30 over New Release, and as Mayor Mad Bull said, as Mayor rightfully said, we have to thank Ahmadiyya, man, really making a difference in our communities and in the country with this league. This is the biggest league, Jared.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the game recap for the other game now then, as we wind down this segment. So credit to Rashid Renault and the Orange Walk Rebels. We know that they had a total of 2 games and they won their 2 games this past Sunday, Jared. So Rashid was the main man for the Rebels with 18 points, followed by Clinton Shaw with 14 points to get the 10-point victory, 52-42 over Northside Ballers.
Yeah, Rashid is a great player. This is the first time I've seen him play. And he is the younger brother of Roger Renault. As we previously noted, who's been having a bit of struggles. Rashid has not been having those struggles, and he scored 18 points in this game, being the leading scorer. And he played a great job as a facilitator, almost taking over like as a point forward again. A taller playmaker. He's unstoppable.
I have to mention Jonathan De Costa, though, who was big for the Northside Ballers in this loss. He had 20 points, and we know they were big in a win earlier in the day where Jonathan got a force, or he got a basket to force overtime, and then he had a big 4-point play in the overtime to send his team to get the victory. So they won one and lost one. So credit to Jonathan De Costa also. Yeah. All right, let's get the recap of the next game.
Prepare for this game?
Well, we work out every week. We make sure that we follow the coach's plan and stick to the game plan, right? We go out there, we just play defense for 40 minutes, right?
So just win a tight game. How you feel about the game?
Well, I mean, a good game. The ref did their job. The guys on Ahmadiyya prepared the tournament well for us and whatnot, so a good game.
How you feel about the Ahmadiyya Basketball League in a whole?
Well, that was a good thing for the youth, right? Give youth something to do, keep them developed, engaged, rather than just the outside the door, a lot of nonsense for the players.
All right, Jared, so that brings us to the final game for last week Sunday, where we saw the Orange Court Generals winning over the Eagles 32-29. And the Eagles are some of my guys out of Belama, Jared.
Yeah.
So John Kelly was the main man for OCG, the Orange Court Generals. He had 10 points, followed by Winston Lopez, who was big for them also in that game, right?
Yeah. Kelly controlled the offensive glass in that game, and I think that was the key to them winning. And also, what also his other contribution was him spacing the court as a big man, being able to shoot that mid-range. He hit a few of them.
Transitioning up and down.
Also, he's been making his presence felt in all aspects of the game.
Definitely giving the big rebel Diesel Oliveira some trouble getting up and down the court. So another exciting one there with the Orange Court Generals and the Eagles.
Yes, sir.
All right, so now we have a very special segment for you guys. We have a disclaimer though. This is not to disrespect anybody or
definitely not.
Discourage anybody. But with 16 games every Sunday for the past Sunday, there's gonna be a lot of bloopers.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this segment that we would like to call Shaqtin the Fool.
Mashallah, I really hope you don't see me right now, Mashallah. If anything, I just want to hide.
Let's see what's that about.
He's Shaqtin the Fool.
Jack, next time you call me, you can have your shirt on, too.
He's Shaqtin the Fool.
What?
Chuck gonna give all the money back to family.
I'm going over the rim. Clinton Shah, I beat him up as a shooter, but was meeting my words. Let's see what we have here. Oh no, that was a lie. I was just like the outside game of Hampton. The big man coming down there, bro. See, I will do something beautiful. No, unfortunate. You the player of the game, bro. Not your
Maybe the ref will make the call. This one. What was that?
Andrew Martinez forcing a shot. And that was a amazing, brother. I'm scared, man.
Ball fest.
And that was a crazy move, bro.
Bloopers, a lot of bloopers, guys. Yeah, man.
No, the rebels are there a lot, man.
He's Shaqtin the Fool.
Jack, next time you call me, you can have your shirt on, too.
He's Shaqtin the Fool.
What?
Chuck gonna give all the money back to family.
Yeah, so that's the Shaqtin the Fool segment. Some of the bloopers and some kicks for you so that you could enjoy some of the...
I escaped this week, Marshall. They did not catch me, thank God.
You didn't make it to the Shaqtin the Fool segment, Jared.
Yeah.
You try to stay away from that segment, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
All right, so next we want to share some words of gratitude and encouragement from Mayor of Belize City, Mayor Bernard Wagner. And then while we are playing that interview, Jared is going to go and get Commissioner Lino. Commissioner Lino has a few words that he will share with us. So Mr. Lino will be in the house as well. So let's hear what Mayor Bernard Wagner has to say.
It's great to be here. I have to certainly commend the Ahmadiyya community for having an event such as the magnitude of this. The impact this have on our youths are certainly positive. As you know, we have this issue with these social issues in the city, particularly in my city, and having an avenue such as a basketball event weekly engaging our youth, certainly I must commend the Ahmadiyya community for giving back to the community, for giving back to youth sports development.
Welcome back to BZ Got Game, and we've got the commissioner in the house, everybody. So welcome to the show, Commissioner Lino.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. This is a exciting show, showcasing excitement that surrounds ABL, you know, where all the young people are bubbling and they want to know what's going on.
The biggest league in the country, man.
That's
this
right.
Is the
That's
best thing
right.
right now.
That's right.
So what updates and advertisements do you have for us, Commissioner?
Well, there's a lot happening. We had this very unfortunate incident with Jason Orozco having this this fall, you know, and actually breaking.
What's the update on him?
Well, he's actually doing well. He
good
had
to
his
hear.
hand fractured in 2 different spots, but you know the kind of person that Jason is, he's definitely in good spirit, and I'm certain that he will bounce back being the young, energetic young man that he is, you know.
Make that comeback, Jason. We want to see you on the court again.
Of course, so we definitely want to wish him well, and our thoughts and prayers are definitely with him and his family at this time, you know.
God bless.
So, moving on, we have very exciting news. Actually, ABL is taking on wheels. We're moving, right? So, for this long weekend, we're actually taking the games to Belmopan, and we're also taking the games to Orangewa.
Ahmadiyya keep stepping the game up.
That's right, that's right. The thing about it is the people in these districts want to see their young people playing in front of them as well, you know? So we're taking it to the people in these areas and let them see what ABL is all about.
That's
you know?
great. I like that idea. And what districts are those games going to be playing in?
So we're having Belmopan. We have the 2 U22 teams there, Shiesty Ballers and One Shot.
Okay.
So we're also inviting the Kayo team, Black Rose.
Okay, the Kayo Black Rose.
Right. So we're inviting them over. We also want to invite the other Kayo team, the Dream Chasers.
Okay.
Still a work in progress, but it's definitely happening with the 2 Belmopan teams, and it could actually explode to 4 teams or 4 games playing at the same time, you know?
All right, that's great.
Also, we're moving to Orangewa, where we have the Sugar City Boys playing against the Orangewa Rebels in the same U22 category.
So 2 Orangewa teams are going to be battling it out in Orangewa.
In Orangewa.
That's
in
great.
front of their home crowd, their family and friends can come and watch them do their thing, you know?
Yes.
It's definitely something that we want to encourage and we want to do more of. We actually did it already, you know? We had this Southern Classic all the way in PG.
I remember that.
We had Hopkins, we had Dangriga, we had Punta Gorda, all playing.
Ahmadiyya on wheels. No, it's ABL on wheels.
Of course. ABL moving, stepping it up all the time.
All right. So
I want to encourage, you know, the teams. You know what is happening is that everybody is up in their game, and you're there, so you see every week. You see something new coming out, You see the chemistry starting to work with these teams, you know, bouncing off of COVID. We're under a lot of restrictions. But now you actually see the teams starting to mesh. What is happening here? They're putting in practice. There are also some teams that think that they got game. So they don't want to practice really.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's going to get harder. So you definitely have to put in the work.
Right.
So I want to encourage the teams, if you're practicing 1 time a week, make that be 3 times for the week, you know?
Step your game up.
Of course, and make sure that you could mesh with those who are playing around you. It's all about the development, and it's all about getting you better as a
Right.
player, you know,
Definitely.
and as a coach.
Definitely so. All right, so we thank you for those words, Commissioner Lino. Any final words that you have to share with us?
Well, I definitely, like I said earlier, would want to encourage people to continue to follow us. I mean, we keep it interesting all the time. So continue to follow the movement and come down one of these times and take a look at what exactly is happening on a Sunday. What is this big buzz about?
Come and see the excitement.
Of course.
That everybody's talking about.
That's right.
All right, well, thank you, Commissioner
Thanks
Lino,
for having me.
in the building. All right, so let's thank our sponsors before we wrap up this segment and go to the player of the week. All right, so we'd like to say thank you to Toucan Manufacturers Limited, Moi Un Resort in beautiful Placencia, Bradley Ellis and Company, Bowen and Bowen, the Belize Tourism Board, Mejia's Construction, and West Track Limited.
Yeah, thank you for those words from our commissioner. I think all of us are looking forward to see the ABL expanding to all corners of the country.
Well, I know for sure the people of Belmopan and the people of Orinjoa will definitely take advantage of that this coming weekend, Jared.
And I know Dan Griga will be jealous, Marshall.
Yeah, so Commissioner Lino, I hope you're hearing. You have to grace the people of Dangriga as well.
Yeah. Well, moving on to our final segment before me and Marshall log off. This is the Players of the Week segment. Our first player of the week in the U15 category is Jason Orozco. Jason had 21 points in the Falcons' win over PG. That was the game in which he got injured, but he still made his impact felt before he left the game, before he checked out.
It was a big win too. It was 58-21.
That
so
was
he matched the PG points. So credit to Orozco. That's Jason Orozco.
Yeah. Now in the U18 division, we have the left-handed bandit Devin Moody, who took a decisive win over Kayo Dream Chasers. The Twin Towers of Dream Chasers could not stop him. He was getting to that left hand.
And again, credit Moody, who had just 3 less points than the entire Dream Chasers team. So good job. Keep up the work, Mr. Moody.
Moody is a team by himself. In the U22 division, we have Jonathan De Costa.
That's my guy.
31.
They played 2 games and he had a total of 51 points in those 2 games. We know they suffered a loss, but he was big in this one that they won.
Yeah, a certified bucket Jonathan is, yes.
Keep up the work, Jonathan. Good job.
And in the open division, the player of the week is Tyrone Baptist, scoring 14 points for the Orange Walk Dynapros in their win over New Release. That was a tight game with 36. Finishing 36-30, all 14 of Tyrone's points were necessary to get that victory.
Yeah,
some of them well-timed finishes on the break, some pull-up mid-range jumpers. He did it all for his team.
Credit to the main man, Tyrone Baptist.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And with that said, me and Marshall are going to wish you guys a good night as we log off for the first episode of BZ Got Game.
We got game. We got game.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Bless up.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.